Hello, welcome to Pecan Corner. This is Tina, and today I am going to make Willow's Garden's berry cobbler. She made a blackberry cobbler, and it looked really good. And I thought, well, next time I have some fresh blackberries, I'll make that cobbler. And then today I looked, and the Peachy Prepper has made a blackberry cobbler. So, darn, I need to make something sweet for Paul's dessert this week. So, I don't have any blackberries, but I do have some commercially dried mixed berries. So I'm going to try using these, and that's a good way for me to test how dried berries will come out in a dish like this. So I'm going to rehydrate these. There's about 1 cupful unrehydrated. So I'm going to put them on and cook them for a little bit and let them rehydrate. And then I'll come back and make my batter, put it all together. All right. Now then, my fruit has. There we go. Get it all. My fruit's been stewing for a little while, so it's reconstituted. I still don't have a whole lot of it. Not sure how well that's going to do. And I have some plum jam here that I'm going to use. It's from last year. I'm going to use that as a portion of my fruit. I'm going to use about half a cup. This jam, one of my customers calls this the Merlot of jam. I make it with purple plums, and it's real good. So I'm going to use about half a cup instead of using sugar in this fruit. There we go. And that will, I hope, extend the fruit just a little bit. Melt that down, put it in while it's hot so it'll melt. Use that, and plus I'm just going to use that instead of sugar because I don't want to waste the jam. Of course it will keep in the cabinet for a couple of years, but I'll make fresh this year, so I don't want to, since I make that to sell, I don't want to get my jars confused. I always date my jars. There we go. Alright, now then. Alright, now, her recipe, Pam's recipe, calls for 1 stick of butter, which I have melted, 1 cup of self-rising flour, which I do not have. So what I'm going to do is add 1 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder, because 1 1/4 teaspoon per cup of flour is the way I have always used baking powder, and a half a teaspoon of salt. And partly the reason I'm adding the salt too is because my butter is unsalted, so I don't have any salt in the butter. All right, and 1 cup of sugar. Paul was real excited when I told him that I was going to make this, because he said this is the kind of cobbler that he grew up eating. In my family, my grandmother made cobbler with pie dough, except it was cooked down in the fruit juices, kind of like dumplings, but you'd have the crispy pie dough on top, and then this dumpling like dough in the center of the cobbler. So this is all right. Now I need a cup of whole milk and a teaspoon of vanilla. There's my vanilla. I buy my vanilla at Big Lots, and when they have their 20% off store-wide sale, I buy as much of it as I can afford. It keeps forever, and it's the real thing. It's real vanilla, and it's very tasty. And I don't like I don't like vanilla. It doesn't taste good. Alright, there's a cup of milk. There's a teaspoon of vanilla. Go. Man, that's a 7-ounce bottle for $3, and they had oh, what's that other brand? They had another good brand that sold in some of the more exclusive stores. Shoot, I can't remember the name of it now. A while back, anyway, I've got some of it in the cabinet too. So they get good brands in there. Oh, my butter. Nearly forgot my butter. Mix my butter in there. Alright. Oven preheating. One modern invention I do like are these little spatulas, because they'll enable me to easily get every drop of everything out of my bowl. They used to make rubber ones, but the rubber ones would get old after a while. But these silicone ones don't. You know, they just stay good forever. Looky there, that bowl's almost licked clean. Okay, now Pam said to just pour the fruit on top and then put the whole thing in the oven at 350 and bake it for about an hour. Spread my fruit out here. This was mixed berries, so it's got cherries and strawberries and blueberries and probably some raisins. It's got a lot of different kinds of berries, so it's not going to be the same as hers, but it's Paul's gotten to where he really likes having something sweet to eat at night. And so I kind of tend to keep dessert. We never did that. We never used to keep dessert on hand, but these days he really enjoys it. So, alright, now I'm just going to put that in the oven, and then I'll show it to you when it's done. Thank you. Bye. And there it is, just out of the oven. Looks really pretty. This one only needed to bake for 50 minutes at 350 degrees, and it's done. I'm going to let it cool, and we're going to eat dinner, and then when I take up a dish, I'll show you, and we'll let you know how it turned out. All right, see you in a bit. All right, this turned out really good. Now my verdict is it would be much better made the way Pam at Willow's Garden made it, with fresh fruit and plenty of it, and 3 to 4 cups. I'd say 4 cups would be even better. I used dehydrated fruit that I reconstituted, but I still only had about 2 cups full of fruit, so that wasn't enough. And the reconstituted fruit did not have enough liquid in it to make this have that nice moistness but it's a good cake with fruit on the bottom. That's kind of what this one came out like. So I'm going to make this again when I have fresh fruit to do it with, or some canned fruit. and it's not bad with the dried fruit. But now I know. I'm kind of learning how to cook with dried things, and so I'm trying different things as often as I can so that I can see how they turn out. So this was one of those learnings. So thanks a lot, Pam. We're going to enjoy this all week. I made enough that Paul will be able to have some. I guess there's probably going to be about 4 big servings for him. 4, maybe 5 big servings for him. Now after this, I'm going to have a piece tonight. So, all right. Thank y'all so much. Good night. There.
This is the kind of, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
This is the kind of thing I remember. You always had it with, and you've always made it all the time we've been together with pie crust, but I never had it with pie crust before that. And it's kind of cake-like, and it floats to the top, and it's just delicious. I love this. This is what I remember as being
Cobbler?
Cobbler.
Okay.
And yours was more like a big pie to me.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
that's, but
so
really
even
good.
with the lesser fruit that I used, you still think it tastes like cobbler?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
it could
cool.
use more fruit. I'm not saying no.
Okay.
But the cake itself is wonderful.
Oh, cool. Well, thank you.
It's awesome.
All right, thank you.
Hi, everybody.
All right, good night, everybody. Well, you guys can just forget everything that I said about this not being very good made with dried fruit, because as you can tell, Paul's on seconds and he's in there singing memories. He's loving it. He says it's taking him back to his childhood. It tastes so good and so much like the ones that his mother made. So Pam, thank you so much. This is a fabulous, fabulous recipe. And obviously it's one that I'm going to be making again. We're not going to let Paul sing on camera because we don't want to get into any copyright issues. Thanks so much. Paul's just as happy as can be, and that's exactly what you want when you make when you make something like this. So that's just awesome. I'm very happy. All right, thanks you guys. Bye.